The Democrat-led House Judiciary Committee this morning approving 2 articles of impeachment against President Trump, setting up a potential trial in the Senate, where a handful of Democrats are also running for president, including my next guest, Democratic Senator Michael Bennet of Colorado. He's a member of the Intelligence Committee on the Senate side. Here's the other senators that are running for president on the Democratic side: Cory Booker, Amy Klobuchar, Bernie Sanders, and Elizabeth Warren. And have a listen to Senator McConnell from last night. He was on Sean Hannity. I want to get your take on what he said.
We'll be working through this process, hopefully in a fairly short period of time, in total coordination with the White House counsel's office and the people who are representing the president in the well of the Senate. I'm going to take my cues from the president's lawyer.
What do you make of that?
I think it's incredible that the majority leader of the United States says he's going to take his cues from the president's lawyers. He's going to do the president's bidding. That is not the point of this. The point of this is for Congress to provide oversight to the White House. It's not for the, again, for the majority leader to do his bidding. It's amazing.
Do you think, though, that given that it looks like there's going to be a bipartisan vote against impeachment in the House, it comes to the Senate, by all accounts, no one thinks that the president's going to be removed from office. Do you think would you advocate for getting this done quickly or dragging it out?
I think we need to do whatever it is we can do to elucidate the truth of the matter. That's what we should do. And if that takes 10 days or it takes 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever it takes, I'm more than happy to sit in my chair in the Senate and do it. But what I don't think is that even the majority leader should be taking his cues from the president's lawyer. I think that's a mistake.
I wonder. I guess that you can understand coordination amongst the party, but I take your point. You're out there and about. You're still campaigning. You're not polling in the top 5. I think we have the top 5 here from the Quinnipiac poll from the other day. It's been pretty static, actually, with Biden at 29, Sanders at 17.
Yep.
But you're out there, and I know that you would probably care to make sure that the Democrats could at least try to take back the Senate. Are you concerned at all, as you listen to folks out there, that impeachment is hurting your chances?
Well, I think the polls will go up and down on impeachment. It doesn't surprise me at all that
they haven't so far, though.
What?
They haven't so far, though. The polls have been actually pretty static.
Yeah,
except for in the swing states where it looks like the president's doing better.
I think it's going to go up and it's going to go down, and I think we're going to have to win this election on the merits. And I hope that what the American people see through all of this, not just the impeachment, but everything else, is the unbelievably colossal waste of time having President Trump as our president has caused. I mean, look at the stuff with China. These guys hold out. Of course they're going to hold out on all the hard stuff, but they cough up something on the trade deal for the farmers. This is after Donald Trump has spent $28 billion in payments to farmers in America, self-inflicted wound, more than the cost, more than twice the cost of the auto bailout that everybody on this network hated, and he's being, treated like some, stable genius.
It's an interesting point, and the trade. We'll see. This is phase 1. We'll see what goes from there. Can I ask you one other thing, though, because you've been very vocal about your concerns about the Democratic Party moving too far to the left. Yesterday in the UK, there was an election in which the Conservatives won in a landslide. Do you think that result has any sort of warning signs for the Democratic Party in 2020?
I absolutely do. I absolutely do. I think that President Trump is way outside the mainstream of conventional political thought in America. I know I'm not going to convince everybody on this network of that, but I do not think he reflects mainstream Republican or conservative values. I just don't. And that gives Democrats an incredible opportunity to win in purple states across this country if we run on an agenda that's actually responsive to where the American people are. If we run on an agenda that's cooked up in test tubes, in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts or in California, it's going to make it a lot harder for us to compete in these swing states. Yeah, or Vermont, for that matter, where they couldn't even pass Bernie's Medicare for All bill because taxes would go up 10% on the people living there.
Senator Michael Bennet, thank you.
Thanks for having me, Dana.